going on, everyone? This is Mitch with SC Weather. Hope y'all been having a great Tuesday. Let's start by saying that the models today have made a complete reversal. They have trended to a much more snowier solution for areas of the Carolinas, and I'm mainly speaking on North Carolina. This looks to really be a North Carolina storm. The storm we're talking about is the storm for tomorrow night into Thursday morning, and this isn't a storm that we're talking about 5 days from now. This is what we call a last-second trend. Of course, we could trend worse overnight. Sure, that could happen. But for areas of the Carolinas, really North Carolina, like I said, this has the chance to really become a snowstorm, a winter storm, which, you know, for North Carolina folks and here in the Carolinas, that's only a few inches of snow to be considered a winter storm. So depending on where you're at. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to break that down, show you what different kind of models are showing. Really talk about the GFS because it is going bonkers right now. And we're going to break that down. If you guys have not hit that subscribe button, it's just an awesome way to support me. I talk weather here in the Carolinas. I talk weather in the Southeast, Mid-Atlantic, Northeast, and it's much appreciated. Also, I did start doing this new thing a couple videos ago. If you got anything that you want me to pray about or anybody else in the comments pray about or just any unspoken prayers, definitely drop that below. I would love an opportunity to pray for you guys. It's a rough world out there right now, so that's just using my platform to help others in a way that that we can make the world a little bit of a better place here. So let's get going here. The GFS here, I tell you what, it is, like I said, it's gone bonkers here, and it might be onto something. This has a big boom potential, which means it could really cash in on the high end. So this storm is starting to trend in a favorable time period to where the snow is going to fall in the coldest time of the day, nighttime, right? So this is it. This is it occurring as we're getting into tomorrow night, into Thursday morning. Sorry if I mix my times up anytime during the video. But look at this. This is now the GFS is showing heavy snow just north of Charlotte. As we get into the overnight hours here tomorrow night. This is extremely heavy snow, guys, and check out this trend. So every time you see a movement on the screen, that is the GFS run prior to the one that you just saw. So this is the lunchtime model from the day. This was the morning run from today. This was the overnight run from last night, and this was the same run this time frame yesterday. So this is the 18Z run. So this is the same time frame, the same model 24 hours ago. 24 hours ago, it had just rain and barely any precipitation, even in areas near Charlotte. And it had barely snow even in Virginia. Well, it's trended colder, and it's trended more south. So this was, look at the trend here. I mean, you can visibly see it, right? It has trended more south. It has trended more snowier. And not just the GFS, but all models have. Now, there's a couple models that just aren't near as bullish, but you can see the trend here, too. You go to the previous runs, check it out here. I mean, bam, 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 bam. And that's where we're at now. 80% of North Carolina showing snowfall. That's crazy, right? This has a chance to really explode in this area. I actually made a snowfall map earlier today, but when I saw these evening runs came in, I just decided not to show any of it because there's no point. I'm actually going to do one tomorrow that's going to be my final answer here, if you will. But this is insane. So this is what it's showing. This is what the GFS showing is snow-wise. Now, I don't think there's going to be 7 and 8 inches, but I'm not going to say there's not either. But, I mean, now you got this area near Raleigh, Greensboro, close to Winston-Salem, jackpot area right here of almost a half a foot of snow, and the snow's going all the way to the outer banks of North Carolina. So it gets cranking here, cold air, an awesome favorable time period of the night, and we have an all-out winter storm for North Carolina, a snowstorm. I don't think there's not going to be much sleet or definitely no freezing rain. This is definitely not going to be an ice event. But this is just going to be a heavy, wet snow and a chance. When I say heavy, this is what I want to show you. This is as the storm's really getting going here. And there's going to be a period overnight here in the triangle of North Carolina. Anywhere from Winston-Salem to Raleigh to the coastal areas of North Carolina, there is going to be an area right here where you see the lines tightening up here. Some heavy, heavy snow is going to fall. I'm talking the potential for 1 inch an hour. If this was to occur, this is guidance. But guidance now is we're getting a last-second trend right on the heels of the storm. The storm is in 24 hours basically. It's going to be starting tomorrow. This is a pretty big deal, guys. So this is basically the HRRR model. It is also aggressive. This is there's going to be a long range model that actually, this is going to, the next updated long range model for the HRRR model is going to come out probably an hour and a half here, but this is the one a little bit earlier. It goes all the way out to 48 hours here, and check it out here. It shows a lot more rain further north, but as the cold air really funnels in overnight, areas just north of Charlotte change into a burst of moderate to heavy snow. The snow goes all the way to the coastal areas of North Carolina. And, I mean, this is trying to show snow all the way in Wilmington, North Carolina. And it's just a snow in the coastal plains of North Carolina, just light to moderate snow. It's crazy. And even if you go with the snowfall accumulations according to the HRRR model, sure, they're not near as aggressive as the HRRR, as the GFS, but that is widespread 1 to 2, 3 inches of snow from, say, Winston-Salem all the way through Raleigh to Elizabeth City, and even the southern areas of the coastal plains of North Carolina are getting in there. I know I'm not talking much about North Carolina, but this is obviously, you're in higher elevations, you're going to get a few inches to several inches of snow, so y'all are favored here. But you look at the NAM. I want to show you the NAM. I'm not just going to show you all the aggressive models. The NAM is just not wanting to catch on. Normally the NAM is the model throwing the super aggressive snowfall and winter weather totals here. It's not. It doesn't want to bite, but there's going to be another one coming that's going to be rolling here in probably about an hour or two. And it's going to be interesting to see the trend on this. But the NAM wants to show snow falling in Nashville in a little area, but here it goes cranking up. You're trying to see some snow mixing here in the rain here, but altogether, and it's still showing snow, even in the areas the GFS and the HRRR model showing, but it's definitely not as amped up. The precipitation's not as heavy, and it just doesn't look like that impressive of a storm. You look at snowfall totals, and yeah, you have spotty areas of an inch to a trace to a half inch. Bullseye just north of Raleigh of an inch, but it's just not biting on this. You look at the latest Euro. The Euro has been consistent with this storm being south for a while. It's not near as aggressive as the GFS, but the Euro gives a nice burst of snow in the mountains, and even in Tennessee and northeastern Tennessee. But check it out. As you get into the coldest parts of the night tomorrow night, you're getting rain starting to change to snow, even in the triads, the triangle of North Carolina. Raleigh, this might be a surprise event with y'all, where y'all get a few inches of snow. It's going to be interesting seeing how quickly, let's see, the National Weather Service in Raleigh starts issuing advisories and potential watches tomorrow. They don't have a lot of time to react. This is going to be tough for them guys, for sure. All the props to them, because this is going to be a tough forecast. But there's a column crashes, and the storm is starting to pull out. This is the morning, Thursday morning, the coldest part of the day. You're starting to get snow falling across North Carolina. It is consistently showing snow south and east of Raleigh, areas that normally kind of get shafted a little bit when it comes to snow, when it comes to events like this. But this is very impressive. You look at the snowfall totals courtesy of the Euro. It's not that impressive for areas that the GFS is super impressive but it has a bullseye outside the mountains of a few inches of snow way down here near Goldsboro and things like that. So this is going to be a super interesting thing, and it's happening so fast, guys, that it's just incredible how quick this is unfolding. The GFS is just so aggressive with the storm. That is some heavy snow right there, and that is a snow sounding 33 degrees. Sure, it's above freezing at the surface, but above the surface where this line is, that's the 32-degree line, it is well below freezing. So this is fat. Look at the DGZs, which basically is how hard it's snowing. They're pretty far up, right? So it is pouring down snowing. If this was to occur, this is going to be so interesting to see how this happens. I'm thinking about chasing this event, and I actually took the day off last week for this week for Thursday, because I saw the storm kind of emerging on the models or late last week. So I might be chasing the storm, might not. It just depends. But Guys, North Carolina, the potential for a snowstorm tomorrow night. I don't know how to say it. We've been talking about this storm for a while, but it just trended away. But guys, y'all might be getting a snowstorm tomorrow. So we'll talk more about this tomorrow, get you an update. And that's about pretty much all I got. That's all we know. And, so this is going to be a sneaky event, but a sneaky, potentially a big event. So that's all I got. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed night, and I'll keep y'all updated.